Yes, yes, yes. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Come on in. You're invited to the year-end wrap-up. First I rise and giving all thanks and praise to the Most High. Elion, Elion, El. I like to give high honors to his heavenly hosts, Mikael, Jibrail, Salatu Salam, Kasael, Uriel, Salatu Salam, all the archangels, honors to all his holy and divine prophets from A to Z, Adam, uh, Salatu Salam, Jesus, Buddha, Confucius, and Muhammad. This is the International Interfaith Court, and I am your favorite magistrate, Sufi Il. And we're back again, once again, and another blessed day that the Lord has made. Let us be glad and rejoice in it. You know what I'm saying? Like I take a reading from the Holy Bible. This is my mom's Bible. I mean, she rests in paradise. She graduated this past May. Um, we are opening to Lamentations 2, verses 21, verses 16. I start at, and it reads heavenly 16, heavenly. All your enemies open their mouths wide against you. They scoff and gnash their teeth and say, "We have swallowed her up. This is the day we have waited for. We have lived to see it. The Lord has done what he planned. He has fulfilled his word, which he decreed long ago. He has overthrown you without pity. He has let in the enemy gloat over you. He has exalted the horn of your foes. The hearts of the people cry out to the Lord. Your walls of daughter Zion, let your tears flow like the river of day and night. Right? Give yourself no relief, your eyes no rest. Arise, cry out in the night as the watches of the night begin. Pour out your heart like water in the presence of the Lord. Lift up your hands to him for the lives of your children who faint from hunger at every street corner. Wow. Then it says, verse ending at verse 20. Look, Lord, and consider whom have you ever treated like this? Should women eat their offspring, the children they have cared for? Should priest and prophet be killed in the sanctuary of the Lord? Amen. And these are the trying times that we have been summoned to fulfill, because these have been uh, lamentations of the desires of the people, of the women, and of the family of the village for so long. This is our International Interfaith Court, our Philadelphia Interfaith Court location. We're here doing a wrap up for the 2025 CE, and we have high honors to our chaplain, Judy Pinkney Eel, who did fabulous this year. May Allah be pleased with her, inshallah, so that with her cases and her advocacy, and we have great successes from Chaplain Amina Ill in South Carolina territory with her successes, with her cases and advocacy for her family members and families there in that territory. Also, there are high honors to the other members of the Sharice Department, Shaman Aziz Ali Bey and Brother Anthony Bynum Bey, the Sharice of the Philadelphia Interfaith Court, who have helped to establish the Boondock Saints First Responders Brigade, which was a unit and subsidiary uh, of our Interfaith Court Sheriff's Department, or our Sharice Department. And so those of you who seek to be first responders and be members of the court in that fashion, we salute you, and we honor all the first responders and all the angel advocates that have gotten their training this year, such as the brother Mark Ballard, Saint Mark Ballard. who's a new advocate, came online from Eastern Shore, Maryland Corporation Territory, and did wonderful advocacy for families and the best as on the job training that he could. And so we enjoyed having Brother Mark Ballard from the Mark Ballard Show, by the way, down there in Maryland, Pat 14. He came to Philadelphia in the Interfaith Court in that Grand Body House and got some training hands-on in immersion training. So we honor him for that. And so today we are going to give a recap before we get into our intake portion here. We would like to remind you all of the federal lawsuit writing course that we initiated days ago, maybe 10 days ago at this point. At any rate, it has been brought to our attention that we have new members and other folks who have been seeking to attend. And so we wanted to let you know we still are teaching that course. And as a reminder and a recap, we actually had portion one, which consisted of the following sections of legal writing basics and the vocabulary that you must obtain and have a working handle of in order to do any kind of litigation, whether it's municipal or especially federal and all the way at the top. And so in that regard, you is imperative that you get you a law dictionary or two, pocket size, reference size manuals. You can get the Black's Law Dictionary. You can get Ballantines, you know, and just about any law Merriams that you can get law dictionaries on hand. Because as you may well know, they speak legalese, and that is a different language because it's the legal application of the language, which is more closer to the etymological usages most of the time when they're using the Latin origins of the language. And so, for instance, we all may be familiar nowadays with the word understand and knowing the fact that in colloquial language, understand means to comprehend. Yet in legalese or law language, the word understand does not just imply comprehend; it also implies agreement. And so contractually, we know those are loaded words. And so in order to do the legal writing and to actually be effective with your federal lawsuit that you may see that you may have a claim with, you need to start out with vocabulary. So we went over the need for vocabulary. Also, the need for you to have researched your federal standards in order to get a federal lawsuit, you know, because there's two ways. And one way is to have a federal law, a constitutional question that is, you know, something that came up and arose that was an incident that was really relative to the US Constitution. So a constitutional question at hand in relationship to your rights and immunities. That's one way to get a federal lawsuit heard in a federal venue. But the other way is if you have a diversity claim, right? And that diversity claim means that what? You have parties from two different corporate state jurisdictions who have business between each other, and that business is of the capacity and of the amount that it's over $150,000 US notes, that is. And also over 150,000, and you all are both removed from jurisdictions. What would that mean in a practical sense? That means that you primarily do business and domicile in one corporate jurisdiction, let's say Pennsylvania. Okay. You domicile in Pennsylvania and you're doing business with someone who has their corporate headquarters, even because they may have subsidiary agencies all through the counties or all over the nation. It might be a national organization. But let's say the business you're doing business with is located in another so-called corporate jurisdiction like New York or Maryland or, so then that would be a different jurisdiction. Those are different state jurisdiction. And you just tuned in, you're listening in to our 2025 wrap up with the International Interfaith Court of the Favored Magistrate, M. Sufi Il, and we're explaining our legal writing course for federal lawsuit claims that we have had a lot of students participating in. And we want to continue to give honors where honors is due to all of our interfaith court luminaries and employees and members, some of them who are present, Dr. Poetica Bay, our, our chief advocate, and the founder of our child rescue services in the year 2020, 2019. And so we actually want to also give honors to our youth portion, our youth advocates, and the co-founders and founding students of the Philadelphia Youth Community Court under Magistrate Francine Hardaway, Naija Bay, and also Kawiya Bay, the current youth advocate in Philadelphia Interfaith Court. And so, with that being said, we're still talking about the elements of your federal lawsuit and what that entails and what you must gather together and have as a working process for you in order to build up your claim. Because, see, our job is not to just fish for you and just, give you things that you can file. This is a process where we must help you to be able to continue to help yourself, and we can help along with you. But you must be able to fish for yourself and be able to help others in your territory once you become adept at the process. All right. And so with that, we said we had legal vocabulary with the legal dictionaries. We have legal research processes that you must learn where to go for legal research online and in person, and what rule books, court rule books, but also, you must, have what? Civil rules of procedure, federal civil rules of procedure. And you must realize that there's only two ways in order to get your federal claim heard as well. And that would be to have what? One, your claim is involving a federal question or a United States of America constitutional question at hand, which can be adjudicated upon by the federal court. And the other way to have a claim placed into the federal venue is to do what? Have a diversity of citizenship claim. Now, you being a so-called Pennsylvanian in that claim, the defendant who you may be suing being an entity or a person or individual that is from New York Corporation territory, that's a diversity claim because if it's over 150,000 notes, $150,000, lack of better words, then you go all, see, also too, if you're indigenous or from a, different status and you're dealing with corporate entities who violate your tribal rights and immunities and natural rights and immunities, that's also a diversity claim. It could be considered, right? If that's your stance. So those are the 2 points of entry that you must ponder upon when composing your claim or figuring out if you even have a claim that's worthy to be sue into the federal court. And so to remind you, most of their claims they would throw out if they don't have one of those two points of entry. All right. So we're going to come back to that in the following workshops. We want to let you know we are hoping and praying you're having a happy holiday, holy day season out there. These are the high holy days during the winter solstice months. And we give thanks and praise and honor all holy and divine prophets from A to Z. And so we have been doing our outreach in person, but because we're not just online, doing remote classes and whatnot, we also have our outreach on FM at Uptown Radio Station with the Poetica Bay Show Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon. And if you remember, Dr. Poetica Bay, who is our chief advocate, uh, she is the host and producer and J, and has done a fabulous job of continuing to promote the interfaith court and the chaplaincy and the outreach of the Moorish International Mission at large. Dr. Bay, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me? Oh my goodness.
Yes, greetings. Peace and love. How you doing, darling?
Oh, I'm doing amazing. I'm glad you can hear me. I'm driving.
All right. So I just wanted you to chime in. I hope your hands free or we'll call you back.
Yeah, no, I'm hands free. I just wanted to make sure I pick up these pretzel platters for
All
for the
right.
holiday.
So are you doing some events coming up? I imagine.
Yes, yes, I'm going to have a specialty show. I try to keep the show open for community members to advertise and talk about what they do. Because we celebrate commercial means all the time. We celebrate Hershey and Walmart and all these people, but we have to celebrate each other. So I make the platform so that whoever is selling their wares, their services, offering their love and support for the community can come on to the station. And so
What
I will
station is
be,
that?
that's WJYN Uptown Radio, 98.5 FM radio to be specific.
Yeah, yeah. So there you have it. She is the host and producer. Are you there, Dr. Bay?
Yes, I'm there. You
So
hear the
we
microphone?
we loved our visit from the Moorish Santa during the Holy Day season, and we said he's scheduled to appear tomorrow for the young folks, the Interfaith Court outreach. We have our interfaith youth, Kalia Bay, the youth advocate, and we also have Deja Bay, our production assistant, um, on deck. And so we're happy that you plan on bringing them tomorrow. And how's that going?
Absolutely. They want to participate. They have their wares that they're going to show off and sell. They make crafts. So they make jewelry, they make paintings and portraits, crochet items. They have all kinds of wonderful things that they bring. I think they have coasters that are shaped like record players. They're really excited about just being festive. We usually do a sing shop show, so we have an open mic planned.
Okay,
Um,
so I'll let you go because I wanted to talk to you more about the outreach portions, but yeah, well, we'll call you back a little bit later. We'll be on here talking about the intake session, video affidavit, and our year-end wrap up. But just as the chief advocate of the court, this is a court call.
yes,
We'll actually ask you some more pointed questions about that, and we'll see what you have to say. All right.
yes, I have
Thank
so
you.
much. So I'm just moving and grooving
Yo.
around, but we're looking forward to talking more about it. Thank you.
All right. All right. If you just tuned in, you're still here with the Interfaith Court, International Interfaith Court, your favorite magistrate. We just finished our portion for our legal writing course workshop wrap up review, and we'll have some new students coming on board. Some of the family members that we'll be able to give some high honors to down in the Eastern Shore area. One of our members we have is Miss Mother Shalonda Cole, Thank God for her and her family, and the mother of brother young Hassan Williams. We appreciate you all coming on today, Sister Shalonda. She is also one of the families that Brother Mark Ballard, who's in training as our new angel advocate down there, has brought to the court, and who has been working feverishly for her son's justice, and for him to be released and treated as the young folk that he is. And so we thank you for attending. We look forward to you also, Shalana, being on the course for the legal writing, along with Brother Yasir Father Dan, and Noble Jason Woodford Eel, and all the new students that are
Thank you.
poised to be a part of our federal lawsuit writing course that we all need to stay sharp on, in order to have these federal claims adjudicated and even settled out and handled, injunctions provided, and so forth. So yes, Sister Shalonda, like, we give thanks and praise, and our prayers go out to you and Hassan. And you were telling me, his adult charges finally got dropped, which was like a blessing in disguise. I was, happy to hear that. Oh, good to see you. So give us the little feedback about that, just briefly.
Good afternoon, everyone. So we basically went back to where we started. Um, the new counselor on the team, Ms. Simpson, was able to decently defend him at his trial. There was one charge that still pretty much is what kept him detained. But other than that, we pretty much we did all of that to get right back to the starting point. But I was just so grateful that you guys stepped in, because I don't feel like we would have had that outcome had you not done that. So yeah, we thank you for that.
Well, listen, one day at a time, sweet Jesus, I'm telling you. And these territories, they're mainly monetizing, and first of all, they're criminalizing all the youth behavior. Everybody, every nationality in America would be in jail if all their youth behavior was criminalized. So that's one thing. So they over criminalize our youth, and then, since they're monetizing criminal activity for everybody anyways, then they want to double down and charge them as an adult. That was the whole kicker to start. Remember, if I ever got it correctly.
Yes, that's absolutely correct.
So yeah, we wanted to, and I was happy to work with you and to work with the public defender, Ms. Simpson. A lot of those folks, a lot of times it's just that, if we don't have our own support systems, it's almost like having no insurance, or bad insurance, or low insurance when you go into these places. They're not going to, they got the stuff right in the closet to help you, but they just, oh, your insurance ain't good enough. So this is how they treat us legally too. So we don't have the chaplaincy or different agencies to support each other. They're gonna make it like, up, right, and just give everybody this cookie cutter service. So yeah, I mean, I want you to basically continue to keep us posted on everything. And also, like I said, I look forward to you coming on to the workshops for the legal writing, because even if it's not this case, you have to remember, this is like one of those things. The legal standard goes back darn near 2 years. So once you really get into the legal writing course, you start realizing, well, hold up, a year and a half ago, this happened to be, and it could be a total different situation in this thing. So, and then in the future, it allows you to be shielded, of course, so that way you are able to kind of nip things in the bud if they do come about. And just the mere knowledge and having your legal writing skills up and having certain documents prepared in advance too,
Hmm.
once you start having problems with agencies or agents and actors, you're able to quickly say, well, here you go. and then they stopped the BS earlier, much earlier. So um, so that's where we're happy to, if you to come on. Uh, I was hoping the brother Yasir Father Dan would be on, but he may chime in a little bit. But yeah, our prayers goes out to you and the rest of the children. Give them our love and support. And when we have our youth events, hopefully we can have them link up eventually in person.
Sounds good. Thank you guys.
Yes, one love. Yes, awesome. So, if you just tuned in, this is the year in wrap up. I'm your favorite magistrate, Sufi Eel, and this is the International Interfaith Court online Ask the Magistrate portion. Uh, we do a 2025 wrap up. We give an honors where honors is due to our elder counsel, our mother's counsel with our mother, Muriel Stewart Eel, who's done fabulous this year and wonderful work for our temple and for our Baby and Family Trust. More Science University, More Science Academy has been instrumental in keeping the love on board and actually keeping the finances and the mission going. So we want to give a high honors to her for that. We are about to, let me see, taking, some people gave peace and blessings, Brother Shem Hall. Yes, thank you for the love. And now at 327, we're going to shift over 327 on this so-called Wednesday, December 24th, 2025, and at 3:27 p.m. And we start the video affidavit portion, recording of this brother Shem Hall. Peace and loves. Shalom, shalom.
Peace and blessings, bro. Shalom. How you doing, good brother?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, coming along, happy to continue to work, happy to be able to share and care and have everybody, build up the network. Let me tell you, there's years that we have the network basically so-called cooking, as they say, from coast to coast, and it becomes a beautiful thing. And we know that we want to achieve that again and go even higher heights with that, so that we have a mutual blanket of aid and support for each other. And this video affidavits are a key portion in today's recording process. And eventually we plan on having a website of its own. We used to have a website in 2012, 2013, but it was so advanced. It was called the International Public Record. And because of the legal laws that Obama put in, they were designed to against the public, but we found a way to use them for our benefit. So it evolved into what we do now, which is video affidavits, to make a long story short. So video affidavit is what in that. So this portion is your opportunity to timestamp your narrative, and then even if the person has a hard time, because like putting pen to paper or typing, we take portions of this and they can keep transcript, write the typing for you for darn near free for the most part. And then we still make the paper affidavit off of that when that time comes, if you have it, So welcome to Interfaith Court, Ask the Magistrate. This is the brother Shem Hall. Give us your title, and it's a little bit about yourself as an individual, where you're from, and are you married, single, children, or not?
Single. Shem Hall is my name. Shem like Noah's oldest son in the Bible. All I do is build and save lives. I'm an Army veteran. I've been in the service since 1998.
All right.
Discharge time was 2005. I done had 11, 12 surgeries, about 4 or 5 times in a wheelchair. And I help out with after school programs for the youth in different communities from Philadelphia to New Jersey. I used to live in Maryland with my mom when I was younger, so I kind of know. I have a sister out there. She graduated from college out there, from the university out there recently. Um, yeah, I'm just, a common man, just trying to make sure that order stays in the community amongst people, and it's like, no
Now, what's your birthday?
ungodliness. My birthday is
What's your birthday?
January. January. Yeah,
Your
I
birthday?
have a birthday coming up January 28th,
What year?
81.
Okay. Remember, this is your video affidavit, so I'm just asking you just for technicality's sake.
Right, right.
So stuff like that. All right.
Yeah.
So January 8th, 81.
January 28th, 81.
January 28th, 81. Okay, great. All right. So now, do you have children, and what is your most pressing claim that you have that you think? Because remember, you might have multiple claims over 2 years. So
Yeah, I do.
we'll get to other claims. Don't go into certain claims that are not pressing. But if you have a pressing claim, whether it's defensive or if you just have a claim as a plaintiff, either one, what is the most pressing claim that you notice?
When my two daughters disappeared, while we were waiting for their mom to come pick them up in Camden, in front of the stores, it was March 18th. I have no word on them. I've been calling family services. That is the most pressing issue. And as I was going down there, I was finding out that someone was actually trying to cover it up because it happened on video. So I ended up finding out that I had a background all of a sudden. And they even wrote some of it up as when I was still in the service. And it was really pressing because every time I went down and reported and saying, hey, well, what happened to this case? Y'all sent one envelope to my house. Then I get the second envelope and it says the same thing as the first one, saying that everything is postponed. But then when I go down there and I'm saying, hey, look, I'm a veteran, I have some people backing me, we all want to know what's going on. And what's this other stuff that's coming up as I'm coming down here asking what happened and where is the video footage? Because one of the judges asked for it. I stood in front of 5 different ones. The one who asked for it, I never seen him again. Don't know how, don't know why.
Now start over. Now, was this a visitation or you had the children?
They were dropped off to me, so I took them. They were with me. We went over to see my grandma and their great grandma. I owned the house, so I had a 3-bedroom house. One of the rooms was theirs, and I had got the house from my grandma. My grandma had ended up getting sick. She was at the hospital in Voorhees, New Jersey. It was a Sunday. I worked at a shop in Blackwood, Clementon Road. It was called New to You. I'm also a certified auto diesel technician outside of the service. And I have an honorable discharge in the military. And that Sunday, I was getting them back to their mom about 6:30. So I gave the phone to my oldest daughter, Serenity, and she was 11 at the time. So she's texting her mom, we're going to be dropped off in front of Crown Fry, come pick us up. So while I'm waiting, I'm standing there with my 2 daughters, Serenity and Soraya. A car pulls down the block. I'm looking like, hey, that's your mom's car. So my youngest daughter runs down there. When she gets down there, some dude jumps out the car, tosses my daughter in the back seat of the car, and then runs to me and my other daughter. And now we're scrapping. And now I'm trying to call back up because I'm like, yo, dude, if I handle it my way, I have honorability and integrity to guard, bruh. But that's my kid right there. Who are you? Where'd you come from? Because I'm waiting for their mom to come pick them up. Because I don't do all of this. I have a reputation and I'm keeping that. For one, I have a godly reputation. Like what they doing, I don't know. It ain't nothing like Jesus. That's just all I know. And then when I found out
So let me ask you, pardon me. So that was like a guy that came out of the mother of your children's car?
that's the only way, you know.
No, I'm saying that's what it appeared to be. It was like
Yeah,
you noticed
no,
that's her
that's
car
what it
right
was.
there.
That's what it had to
Okay.
be. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like it ain't
Okay.
no,
So the mother took them, and did you go to court for a change of modification or anything with how? So
I ain't
was
seen
it
them since.
something? Was it what? Well, first of all, was she supposed to be taking the children at that time?
Yes. My daughter
Okay.
texted her, look, you gotta come pick us up. Dad gotta go to
Okay.
work tomorrow. It's a Sunday.
So as far as you know, it was a strange person, but it was her car that they got into.
Exactly. That's what I wrote on the police report.
So okay, it's a strange guy, but it's her car basically. So
Yes.
whether he was sent to pick them up or she's in the car as well, you don't know per se.
I honestly don't know. I'm standing there with two girls and bags of stuff in my hand, you know. So I don't know.
Okay. So you don't really know in essence. All
Yeah.
right. So now since then, what is the mother saying? What is she? Is she your ex-wife or just the mother of the children?
She left at the altar, bro. Like we lived together for about 10 years, something like that. Had two children. She lost one. I kept staying there. We had two more. She has an older son, you know. So it's I was just doing
Okay,
what
so
my due
did
diligence.
you stayed together with her when you had children for
Yeah.
10 years
Yeah,
consecutively?
I brought them. Yup, I brought them home from the hospital. I used to drop the other kids off from school and pick them up from school. Oh, it is.
Yes.
Oh, I guess it is common law, man. I didn't know they had that in New Jersey.
Well,
She got
pardon me,
yeah.
if you allow the state doesn't have a benefit all the time to go by the common law,
Right.
so they only will invoke it or allow people who invoke it to just use it when they invoke it.
I didn't know.
Meaning that I'm not saying it means too much. I'm just letting you know. So
Right.
all right, you were not technically married, but you had children for 10 years. You were common law married, lived together with two children. That's what I
Yes.
see. All right.
Yes.
So at that time you were not together though.
When that happened, no.
How long had you been separated at that time?
Oh, we were split for several years, about 6, like probably longer, bro. Like yes,
Did you have
man.
any agreement? Who set the agreement?
Um,
Was it family court?
we had an agreement, but it wasn't court. Like I didn't have to worry about anything. I kept everything. Like they didn't need nothing. Like when she dropped them off, when I had to pick them up, or like I would send my mom, it was like, you don't have to send no
So the
money, no
arrangement,
clothes. I got everything.
so,
Like,
so the
like,
arrangement of her and your time splitting, sharing,
yeah.
that was all organic. You did so even that day that she's picking them up, that was all something you all just happened to decide on, and that's the culture you built up.
Yeah. Because when we did, like when I went to the court, I went to a mediation. And then the lady told her at mediation, like, yo, if this guy is wanting to be like 50-50, what is all this beef for? Like, you left, had a kid on him, all this, like, what are you doing? Like, you wilding. Like, you got a kid before his, you lost one, he stayed, had two more, and then you end up leaving with everything, and you back at court. And then when they went missing, and I filed for missing that day, that all of that happened, she tried to file for child support, or the whoever or however scheme that they tried it up, and tried to file for child support. At one point in time, the state court was thinking that the money that I had was coming from a regular job, because they went in there and told them that I was a regular civilian. I had a regular job, all this. I wasn't getting no benefit, and they just wanted my money. So they went and tried to, at first, go and take my money. And then I went back down there and I said, how many times do I got to keep bringing this military ID down here? How many times do I got to show you my DD-214? You already was ripping me for stuff that you shouldn't have been ripping me for. You took money out of stuff that you shouldn't have touched. You already knew it was illegal. Who do I talk to?
Pardon me for that. Let me interject, because we're getting on down a different path. But okay. I just want to, let's go back slightly. So after the exchange where you sent them away, or one of the guy got out of her car and put them in the car, you went back to court, that is.
Yep.
Okay. And that was considered arbitration after that.
Yep. I went there. They said that he was getting, the charges was indictable, because at first they tried to have it in
how did you get the charges? We're just talking about you sent the child, the children got taken away into the car. You went back to court after that, and that was to modify, or what was that next court date purposes?
Yeah, I was trying to get more parenting time, modify how the agreement, the household, how we're taking care of the children.
So they're telling them in arbitration, they're telling the mother, the children, they're telling your ex, hey, he's serious. This arbitration might not do so well because he want 50-50.
You're right. Now,
but why didn't you go to court after that if you were resistant? Where did charges come in at? Where did it go that way?
The charges came from that night, or a few days after that night, when I went down to the police station. I mean, down to the city hall. I went to the city hall and I went to the window, to the complaint window, and I said, "Hey, look, I got this envelope here. Y'all sent this to my house. What happened to this case? Because it is addressed to me, but it says state versus him." And they said, "Oh, well, okay. They said that we moved it to the big court, the one where you said where you got the copy of a background on you." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, thank you." So I went over there.
What made you go to that court?
Because it's been so long. Like, after the letter that I got said it was postponed because they were trying to figure out what judge in the Hall of Justice, the big court, was going to pull it, because on the video,
was that a criminal case against you?
No, it was a criminal case against him.
Who's him?
Because I was trying, the guy who jumped out the car or whatever, because I was.
How did you find out who he was?
Well, my daughter's mom's family, some of them lived on the back street of where my grandma gave me the house where I grew up at. So I walked around the corner and I got an issue. I don't care about none of this. This is what's happening. This is my kids. Okay. And this video footage sitting around there, and they're missing, and their mom didn't come up and say nothing.
So you did an investigation and found out who he was and approached him?
No, I went to the court. I let the court do it. Because if I'm doing it, it just looked like I'm stupid and I'm just trying to cause
So what was the outcome? Was that a part of your effort to get more time with your children?
No, I didn't even want to find out and do all of this. I thought it was going to be a smooth drop off, and then we was just going to do what we do. Because I'm already torn up, bro. I done got left, had a baby on. She just took the lawsuit money that she got for my second daughter. I'm done. She went in there, lied to him for this person, told him, oh, he ain't in the military. Let's garnish his wages. Okay. Now I got to show who I am.
Arbitration. So the arbitration after that incident was your idea, because you need to modify custody naturally, and so therefore when you go to the arbitration, you bring up information about the guy as well.
Yes, because there's a case pending.
Okay, so you let them know that maybe the children may be in an unsafe environment because this person is there as well.
because of
All
that
right.
night.
So how does that land in the arbitration?
I don't know. Because
You
when
don't
they
know?
was
They didn't
in
tell you how did they say is no arbitration is basically
the
you helping to minimize the court's resources so you don't see a full court trial. Now, so the arbitrator can basically help you all argue a little bit through it. So at the end, was there any resolution or there was another trial date set?
the last time I went to court, I went in there, and that was this year. They told she appeared, and they told her, "All right, you're in here acting like y'all just a beefing couple, and you want child support and all of this." They was like, "You told us that he was this and that. Boom, he's on disability. Can't have it." They started just like canceling everything. They told her she can't collect any court order child support, none of that. She can't do that no more because of the last paper that I presented to him. I'm like, look, I'm tired. Like, is anybody reading this? This is common sense. I don't know if that holds up here, but
What
look,
does that have to do with the custody though? I'm just trying asking about that.
that part, they told me after that, I got to go and file another paper. I said, another delay, I'm tired. I can't take it. I said, each
What
delay,
other paper was that?
they wanted me to go to the Hall of Justice and file a family court, another modification. I'm tired of dropping $25 here, $25 for that, $25 for this. You know what I mean? Because them $25, some of them, I just started copying, putting the money order receipt on it, making copies of it. I'm like, can I heal? Like what? Like how many times I gotta drop $25? And then they finally realized, like, hey, yo, this guy's coming up here constantly saying, hey, look, can y'all look at this? Because something ain't right. What's going on with the children? This is what I've been telling them. I haven't been to a PTA meeting, right? So I'm dropping another parent modification thing right here. Okay. Yeah.
So let me
I
ask you,
haven't
so
been to.
when was
Yeah.
that last time when they told you had to do a modification?
That was this year when they canceled the when they told her that she can't file for no child support or anything like that.
Was that this summer or since then?
That was it was still cold out. That was right. That might have been February of this year. That was
February
February.
2025.
Exactly. 2025. That was February. I never forget it.
Okay, just give
Yeah.
me a pause. We're gonna pause and then reconvene momentarily so I can give up the recap. So that's great. We're pausing at 3:48. One moment. All right. If you just tuned in, this is our International Interfaith Court 2025 recap. We just had a portion one of our brother Shem Hall video and affidavit intake session. I am your favorite manager, straight Sufi Eel. This is our holy day season. I wanted to give a recap and a high honors to our Boondock Saints and the Interfaith Court officers and dignitaries who have served this year wonderfully and who are poised to continue to work. Brother Mark Ballard from the Mark Ballard Show. Praise Allah. What's going on with you, Brother Mark? How you doing down there in the land of Eastern Shore?
Now I'm in Baltimore City, sir.
Oh, excuse me, Baltimore City. Is it different than Baltimore?
Yes. I'm doing well. Recovering, you know what I mean? Substance abuse, drug abuse, and I'm doing a whole lot better now. All praise is due to the Most High. Had my wife here. Sawan is here.
All
And
right.
yeah, you see her peeking on the side, in the back side, you know what I mean?
How you doing there? So,
Alright.
yeah. Well, we're gonna give prayers for you and happy for that you all are reconnected and going forward with your lives. And it's basically one day at a time. Sweet Jesus is all you got. One holy breath at a time. Praise Allah. And
One
so,
holy breath
but
at a
we want to
time.
give you. I wanted to give you that counseling. We have to give y'all some therapy and counseling and premarital counseling, because that way y'all could get really officially married. You know what I
Next
mean?
month,
Because
sir. Next
this
month. Next
man,
month.
you know what I mean? This is Shawan, you know what I mean? I hope to press your palm in person and see you. Because the brother, he's always like, listen, he always talking about you and sending you the energy. And I said, listen, y'all gotta get officially married. So because he's always like, my wife, we gotta get you premarital counseling, as we have done many years for many couples. Every year we have families. Every year, I'm telling you, wallahi, we have families. Where your crown at? Oh, you got the crown on too, huh? You still got your crown.
Absolutely. I need
Yeah.
more.
Every year, Sister Shawan, we have families that come to get married from various walks of life. And it's an interfaith marriage a lot of times. No matter what you think, a lot of times it's still interfaith marriage, because the husband is from one persuasion. He might be Hebrew Israelite, I don't know. And then the wife, she may be close to him, but maybe she's still just another faithful to her church where she came from. So this person's Baptist, this person's Presbyterian. Y'all need some resolution in the middle. Y'all got to meet in the middle, because as y'all might have children one day, and it affects child rearing and the whole
We're
nine or whatever.
pregnant. We're
See what I'm
pregnant,
saying?
sir.
See what I'm saying? Mabruk. Okay, Mabruk. That means congratulations. Yeah, Mabruk. So next time, ask her in advance, or maybe you did, if you could tell me
You
that.
don't
But
have to put that. You don't have to put that.
Ah,
Sir,
but
hey,
what
Chaplain.
a happy day. Yeah. So
Chaplain,
let me
listen.
ask you something.
Okay.
Now, speaking of your Boondock Saints, my brother Mark Ballard came for his immersion and to get some of his recovery inpatient. We did dang near 90 days inpatient at the Grand Body House, Boondock Saints. How do you enjoy it? Oh, I see you got the crown on. How do you enjoy your recovery with the interfaith court?
It was definitely a wonderful experience. We was definitely on a holy stroll, bro. You know what I mean? We was definitely on a holy stroll, man. And all praise due to the Most High that things are starting to unfold for the better. And I appreciate you for allowing me to come down from the Eastern Shore. And oh, brother, I'm just so grateful that I'm back with my wife.
We did so
and
much. We was out there, so you got your boots on the ground. You got the work done. So high honors to you, bro. And I hope to come down there to Pat 14 and do the TV show with you. I'll check back in with you all soon. This is our 2025 wrap up. Any shouts out to the Boondock Saints here? Anybody in the interfaith court staff that you want to give honors to real quick?
yeah, I'd like to give honors to Seafood Chris, Vet D, Aziz, all the good brothers out there in Philadelphia, man. I give you high honors, man. Enough respect due. Yes, sir.
Yes, Lord. And Seafood Chris, who's we know him as Baba Noel, the Moorish Santa. He's been on fire, and he does his work from December
That's
25th
my guy.
all the way through January. The whole 12 days of Christmas. He ends it with Prophet Noble Drew Ali Day. And that's how he's poised to come on the Poetica Bay show tomorrow and come to our holiday healing party here at the Grand Body House tomorrow evening. Dr. Poetica Bay, she's on the line now. She has her show. Many of you remember we've been listening 10 a.m. to noon on uptownradiophilly.org if people want to tune in and hear everything. But we're playing in the interfaith court, the chaplain's court. We're supposed to be going there tomorrow, you know what I mean? And turning up and letting him loose. And so we look forward to that. We might go live, and I'm saying, might, you know what I mean? And we just here getting it in. Much love to you, and I get back with you, brother Mark and sister Shawan. Peace and love.
Peace and love. All right.
Yeah. So, what an honor. What an honor that was. We had, our trainees really did it this year. We got the noble Jason Woodford Eel, new chaplain and magistrate in training out there in Colorado territory. He's been a member of our Moorish International Mission. I mean, in the interfaith court, like really from the beginning, 2013, the whole nine. And so he's poised to graduate his chaplain course soon and have his on-the-job training. And he's been a noble for so many years and everything. So high honors to him. He was on the line just a moment ago. Though, yeah, and everybody who has had services with our child rescue service from our chief advocate, Dr. Poetic Bay, has found it over the years. So this is a key instrumental portion where we are taking the intake narrative and video affidavit for Brother Shem Aaron Hall here at our Ask the Magistrate portion of our interfaith court. And you will resume that now at 3:55, where I want to just give a little bit of feedback as to the importance of these issues being fielded and for us continuing to provide this service, because this is a mainstay of why we had been commissioned to serve and to operate our faith-based family court system. A lot of times there are parents on either side that need encouragement and continuing education and need their hearts softened in order to be able to do this, what they claim is the best interest of the child, though that's a very loaded term. And so that term is so loaded, but they need to do the best interest of the child. But the point is, when you go to get your modification, these are the typical things that they have done over the decades now to what they call really parental alienation at this point. And
that's what I wrote on the paper.
Yeah, and parental alienation, and fathers do have rights that they can't X out. So we had to learn over the years, even when instituting this court, of what the laws were for fathers, and to we have a natural inclination to protect mothers, and so most of us are very, let's say, we even have a lot of common sense built up of why and how to protect the mothers, but we don't have a lot of strategies for the fathers. And so we had to let fathers know that still you do have rights, even in the court. If you invoke them, they're never going to do it if you don't. But if you do, you get the patrium's patre. I'll put the link up, the Latin term. The child really still technically belongs to the father in European law. But you have to invoke it. The religion of the father is the religion of the child. So a lot of times we've had to help fathers on that part alone, because we would say, listen, the father is this religion, and it's providing undue religious persecution on that child. And the court says, really? And we say, yeah, because
exactly.
the mother is, I don't know, let's say,
I don't know.
So I'm just saying, either they don't know because the mother is non-religious. Let's just say the mother is just a heathen. So that's one thing. But the mother could be, let's just say, Catholic. Let's just give it a generic example.
This is why I need somebody to talk for me. Them words, I've been wanting to say them words, but I just didn't want to say them words because I'm still
you have to. That's
nice
what this part is for.
Situation. I'm being nice.
I do have some.
It's embarrassing.
You have to be able to have the courage to say it. So this is a portion where I have the modules, other modules, they're 90 minutes long. And I listen to them every couple months. It's like, wow, this is deep. So they're very packed with the information that you can memorize. And what happens is, once you get it down pat, it'll flow easily from you. It's like muscle memory, But the thing is, even if somebody were to help you, it doesn't mean anything if they can't turn to you and you have the same sentiment verbally.
I got a church member right here. I got a church member right here. Listen, I got a church member right here. I got a witness right here. That's just one. That's just one
Yes,
witness.
yes.
Zelissa.
And what is your name? Because you're not, if you were on the go ahead, tell us your name and who you are to the brother here, Shem.
My name is Alyssa Grisolia. We're just friends. I've known him. I met him this year. When I moved here to New Jersey. He's been. Is there anything specific you want to know?
Well, that's a good start. You known him for the year that he lived there, and like, are y'all neighbors at least?
Not that close.
Y'all live like in the same block or whatever.
The streets is a little stretched. Yeah.
Those Jersey
cul-de-sac.
Okay, got you. So so that's good. So have you ever noticed him in his daddy mode? Have you ever seen him with the children? Have you ever noticed him in his personal life with them? Can you hear me?
Not with his kids, no. But I have. I'm a single mother of 3 children, and since I've been here, I can hear you. Can you hear me? I'm sorry. I haven't seen him with his kids, but I'm a single mother of 3, and I came here on a whim. God brought me here to New Jersey. Is he still there? Mm-hmm. Okay. God brought me here to New Jersey, and I didn't know anybody. He was the only person that I connected with since being over here, and my kid's father is not involved, and we're just friends. Like, he's been very helpful to me since I've been here. We both are working on our relationship with God, be stronger connected to him and whatnot. Like, we pray and do stuff like that together, watch sermons. But as far as my kids go, just them being around him, how kids know, like, they're very comfortable with him, and he plays with them. He knows my situation. He's just very.
Would you consider him a good role model for young folks and children?
Absolutely.
Pardon me. I do have my moments, because I told her to be completely honest. I have my moments. I don't be wanting to be around nobody because of this case been so heavy that I haven't seen mine for so long. So sometimes I'll be having to take off, and I'll be telling people, like, I don't feel like helping out with this event or nothing. They be like, why? I'll be like,
personal.
Yeah, I just,
well, I mean,
that's knocking that.
I think that's very normal. Because you have compounded levels. You got the normal. Let's say you got the regular parental alienation that people get, that dads get. But then, when the other parent does that. But then also, when it becomes institutionalized, supported by an institution, shoot, we had to make up a darn Facebook group page called Child Kidnappings Supported by Family Court. Like, if you look it up.
Posted it on my Facebook. When it happened, I did. I posted on my, I didn't know about that.
But the thing is, no, I'm just saying that this is how real it is. But when it's the actual other parent, it still has to, you have to, that's what we're here to do, is the chaplaincy, to help you with this therapy and the counseling, so that way you can separate the emotions if possible, because it's so convoluted. In one little feeling bad about things over here will affect you feeling about these things over here the same way, even though it's not really, it's not necessarily should be taken the same. So that's part of what my job is too, as a chaplain, is to talk to you and to help you realize those things, because once you realize, hold on, okay, this is pulling on my heartstrings over here, and over here is playing tricks on you, like the ghetto boys, like mine's playing tricks on you.
For real,
bro. You gotta, so I'm happy to just, to take this case and build with you, because really 60% of the problem is still emotional and everything, because we may have a winning answer already up our sleeve that we know ourselves, but they get us so depressed by not having a support team and then having to go to work or do regular things, then
Yep.
you
I'm
might
at
happen to
work.
be you might happen to be a military person, so now it takes you longer to deplete your energy, but you're still depleting nevertheless. A civilian
Yeah.
would have had a meltdown instantly and it would have been on the news and everything would have been destroyed already. But since you're a man of honor, it just whittles you away. You don't necessarily hurt others or act out the same way another person would. So honors to you for that.
I just exist in the world. I be feeling I'm in a world full of people by myself. Like that's how I used to been feeling. Like
When he gets in his
So,
moods, he stays hidden. He just hides. He just hides out. He won't say nothing. If I were to call him while he's in the middle of a hideout, he'll answer the phone, but I could tell by the sound of his voice that he is struggling with something. And as much as I want to help him, I don't know what to do because I know at the end of the day, the only thing he wants is his children. And even I know it's hard for him, even when my children are around. If I'm around, he's okay. But if I were to step outside to grab something and he's alone with the kids, even for a moment, I could tell that bothers him. Not that he wouldn't want to be around them, but I'm around other kids, but where mine? Where
that's
mine?
a depressing thing
know where they
too.
are. I don't know what's going on. And I could tell it's sad, even for the holiday. My kids, they went over there, we were doing something and they wanted, Mommy, he don't got no Christmas tree and he don't have this and there's no decoration. So we went to the store and bought like the little mini tree and we put it over there just to make his life a little brighter. I know it wasn't the answer to anything specific that I know he needs or wants, but my kids wanted to make it a little bit brighter for him. And just that alone, I could tell that bothered him. Not in a way where it's like, no, I'm not appreciative, not saying that, but I could tell it hurt him because
Well, let me say, and what's your first name again?
Alyssa.
Alyssa. All right.
Yeah.
Well, honest to you for that compassion and that care. Also, we always strive to remind people, or maybe they don't know. We encourage you to take a short class, and people who have family members, loved ones, neighbors. A lot of times, even if you wind up being the resource or the actual, let's say, humanitarian in your little village and neck of the woods, so to speak, there's mental health first aid training.
Okay.
And all of our chaplains have to get it here at the Interfaith Chaplaincy, at the Interfaith Court. But we even encourage members and loved ones to get it because it's like a 1-day course. And maybe they break it up into 2 days in your county because they might not book the place for 8 hours or they might not want to do 8 hours. But at any rate, it's a very short class and they give you all the tools that you need for if a loved one or even a stranger were to have issues, because we can't pretend that we're psychiatrists and we could do more harm trying to really help a person with our own mentalities, lean into our own understanding, so to speak. So it's good that you were apprehensive and not trying to just jump in his world because that could do more damage. So once you begin to get some tools, though, you'll find that, wow, it's not just Shem. Anybody I come across, I'm not going to talk this guy off a bridge from jumping, but it's almost like I can hold him off until the real negotiators come.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And you find like, oh my goodness. So you mess around and wind up using it for yourself. I mean, like, wow, if I'm having an issue, I use these little 5 points and talk myself down. Wow, this mental health first aid. So it's a class I'll begin to post on our group pages and invite you all out. The Mental Health Association of America, is the ones who probably give you the best one and maybe give you a waiver and give you a free one too. So Google it and and that would help. And I would implore both of you all to actually do that. Like Dr. Poetica Bay and I. Yes, go ahead.
I was going to say, does the class or any specific class help with someone who's a little too hard. Like I noticed that he's hard on himself in most cases. Does that help?
Well,
Or would this help?
yes, but those are different courses. What happens is
Okay.
Shem is now a member of our interfaith chaplaincy. So, period, point blank, we are going to provide him that service.
Okay.
I do therapy and counseling all around the country. And so a lot of times I do it myself. A lot of times I assign them an angel advocate, mainly because we don't do devil's advocates. So they're really family advocates, but we call them angel advocates and all that. Put the swag on it. We really soup them up. We soup them up too. So it's not like facetious or anything. They really come with the angel advocacy. Dr. Poetica Bay, my empress over there, she started child rescue service and has gotten children back from DYFS, CPS, all kinds of stuff over the years. I had to give her a freaking award, a blessed award in 2018 in Miami, amongst paradise. She had helped so many children. And so we had to develop strategies to help the parents. And part of it is the therapy that I'm going to give you, and I'm giving you to stabilize your thoughts and emotions, because remember, that's what they're doing when they're injuring you. They're taking one thing from you, but scrambling our brains with this other stuff that are important too, but kind of, it's kind of like witchcraft. So when they do that, they're casting spells over a broad area. That's why I call it broadcasting. And so we had to learn that, oh no, we don't have to suffer from those things. We could just use those tools properly ourselves. And so we started doing the telehealth like this and the counseling sessions. And we have so many members from different parts of the country. Sister Guidance Bay, she's been with us since 2013. She's in San Francisco. I never met her in person, but we helped her and get her children back straight out of jail when the day they became members, like swear to God, straight off of attempt murder charges and stuff like that. So we built up our processes to help the fathers and the mothers and the children over the years. And then it just kind of culminated into an agency called Child Rescue Services. And so we want to basically make sure that you attend your one-on-one sessions with myself. Also, if there's a family advocate that we will assign you, that'll be the person that actually contacts you on a semi-weekly basis, meaning maybe like twice a week, to help you flow through with the strategies and the court orders that I give out here. And so myself as the magistrate, I'll give a lot of court orders and a lot of memorandums, and there'll be a chaplain assigned that'll be your direct advocate to kind of help you. A lot of times it's the chaplain who introduced you to us. We don't really advertise. So this is a faith base and a faith. See, what happens is you have as Americans, see, people don't know what made America great the first time. So that's why it's so hard for them to make America great again. But what made America great the first time, one of it is the fact that in America, you can get faith-based and faith-appropriate services. That was the first time that happened. So if you don't invoke those faith-based options that you want, you'll be forced to kind of do things the way that they give it to you. And that's the deep part about it. But if you say, hey, I'm Jehovah's Witness, I want to opt out of that, they'll say, oh, snap. I'm Seventh-day Adventist, I'm Mormon, I'm Baptist, and I'm not Catholic, so I don't want to do that. I can't do that. I'm Muslim. Whatever you are, you have the right to have faith-based and faith-appropriate services. Ain't that deep? So we established the interfaith court here in an interfaith capacity, so it doesn't matter who you are, what faith tradition, we can still help you. So a lot of times the ministers who join our court, Brother Shem, as a part of their training, just like Mark Ballard here, as a part of the training, as in their advocacy, they bring families as a hands-on, what did I say? Hands-on job? How do you say that? On the job training.
Yeah, on the job training. Yeah.
On the job training. So their on the job training is to bring families from their congregation or from their constituents so they can learn the ropes. And a lot of them have been chaplains for years, way before I was a chaplain, but I created a court system. So that's why it takes precedence. And so the biggest chaplains in the world, they will come and join, and then they become judges magistrates after a while. So in your case, the only kind of gap there is because the person who referred you was another veteran, but not a chaplain minister per se. It was Vet D. High honors to him for that.
Yeah, I tried to call him to see if he would join earlier. He was helping a family member out doing some stuff. I told him I'd give him a call after it was over though.
Yeah, he's our co-host. He's my co-host for our radio show 76 West.
Yeah. He's
it's a travel news and weather show, but it's all about military stuff. It's hosted by me, military vet. He's the co-host. We have on. It's really good show. Really good show. So that's why this case is different in that regard, because usually I would just turn to somebody like Vet D and say, "Yo, Chaplain Vet D, since you brought him, this is your on-the-job training." And so I would give him all the strategies and court orders that I need for you, sign off on everything, and then every week him and I coordinate, and he kind of helps you fulfill the thing.
Yeah, because this is what I'm trying to get filled. One of these.
What is that?
This what I'm trying to. This the packet that I'm trying to
fill
out.
That's the federal pro se. There you go.
Yeah. That was the one that lady, when I told the stuff that I told you, I told her more of it. And the receptionist at the federal courthouse was like, she walked to the side, said something to somebody. They all looked at the window, and then she did the surprise look, and the lady dug in the grass. She started filing through this cabinet. She came back and she said, "You have something." She said, "If you don't know it, I advise you to find someone to help you fill this out." Because I told her, I said, kids missing, money missing, my name messed up. I don't know. I said, I almost lost my life.
See, there you go.
With this.
There you go. So
I
that's
said,
what it is.
Honorable. You know, I said, I got
but
a DD214
a deep
and an ID. I got a honorable DD214. And in fact, like, bro, like when
but you gotta remember, hold on. You gotta remember, all of that is good when you're in defense. None of that means anything if you're trying to go on offense. You know what I'm saying? That whole conversation doesn't mean too much.
Right. See,
they have us so much in our lifetime being threatened by their legalities that we don't really, it's not easy to posture to the other attitude.
Yeah. Cause see,
anytime you're starting to so that's what I'm trying to tell you. Anytime you start saying, "Well, I got this," and you're basically acting like they're suing you.
No.
No. So your attitude shouldn't be. Your attitude shouldn't be that way, because you're trying to sue them for millions of dollars. Why are you saying, because I'm a vet and I got my DD214? Okay, what they got to do with suing them for millions of dollars? That's what you're saying when they're coming after you.
All right. Yeah, I understand now. The reason why I was telling them that it was because when I had went to the Hall of Justice, when I had to find out that one case about the guy in that night was sent to there, and that's when I went there, I discovered that I had a background and it wasn't all in my name. Like some of the name was changed, but it was still under my name.
All of that is different.
Oh, okay.
That has nothing to do with what you want.
Okay.
Listen, when you join and you needed this help, that's what you were paying for, is for me to help you with this part.
Right.
Because most of the time, I meet some fly cats. And most of the time, they are already brilliant as ever in the mind. That's not the issue with most of the progressive people, trust me. The issue is that we have never been an offense, so we only speak from a defensive posture, and it keeps leading you away from the win.
Yeah, because I don't know nothing about it. Like, I could build you a car or a house, but I don't know nothing about this paperwork, you know? Like,
No, you might, but
yeah.
no, I'm talking about not the paperwork at all. We're not talking about paperwork, just the mentality. Whenever I'm talking to you, every time you mention that about yourself and your XYZ, it's because that's how much they have abused us as men and as brothers.
Yeah.
They abused us so much when you're not thinking about scoring. You're still talking about your defensive posture and what they shouldn't be bothering me. But I found out my record. None of that has to do with suing the next guy who owes you, though.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's basically what my job is to do over the workshops, is to not only help you fill out the template. That's one aspect. Shoot.
Yeah.
But the part is to help you to manifest your strategy and your how you engage with them. So that way they can tell immediately, you're like, oh, no. This over here, that's one thing. I'm still mad about that. But that ain't got nothing to do. I ain't mentioning that right now when I'm saying you owe me $1 million. I'm only talking about this, that. I'm only talking about y'all did this and these are my children and y'all did this and they, you owe me this because of this. That's it. You're not going into all these other feelings about stuff.
Right.
You're saying because
that's what I'm trying to tell.
But no, you might have you have other feelings to express because they damaged you and you were still injured, so you could talk about how bad it made you feel with the injury though, but not with the like, put it this way, when you're in defense, it's all, we got to pull out things out of our portfolio. No, I'm on the record here. So that's because they're coming at our neck. For the first time, we're actually coming at their neck. So we're not scrambling. We're not scrambling for that.
Right.
We ain't talking about, what's in my cocoa basket of credentials. No, I'm actually now challenging you about how in the world you do this and why would you do, I got a whole nother temperature. I'm going on offense now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to send you the tapes. It's not something, it takes a little while. So once you digest some of these modules and you write questions, you and I can have a follow-up one-on-one or one-on with your advocate. I got to assign you advocate since it's not Uncle D, Vet D per se. And so you and I and your advocate will hammer that out, but you'll get your temperature will change. You'll say, oh, snap. Okay, I'm gonna separate all these other claims. I'm gonna get to them in a second. But this claim I want right here, I ain't even mentioning all this other energy. I got them cornered here.
Yeah.
And then you corner them, and then you can load off on those emotions. This is how y'all got me feeling. Y'all had me depressed for 6 months. I ain't work. You can still load off on me behind in that. But you're loading off on them on offense, though. You know what I'm saying? You're loading off on offense because now you know that you're going what? You're in your free time, you're filing whatever you have to file to get your VA medical records for the last 6 months or a year if you've been in an emergency room. If you haven't been in an emergency room, then oh snap. The only thing. Okay, I'm talking about mental health, hospitalized.
Oh yeah, I just talked to him the other day.
So you would know all of your medical records, all of your medical records and your mental health records from what you've had. You would know that that's what you. Hold on. You would understand now that that's the stuff you want to talk about.
Oh.
You're redirecting your whole flow because you realizing, hold up, while the magistrate is helping me compose my claim, I'm about to light their behinds up with all my records, right? You do all the other homework and you realize, well, hold up. If they make me feel bad tomorrow morning, I don't care if it's Christmas, I'm going into the emergency room at the VA, check in and tell them and talk my story and let myself be depressed in the whole nine and everything. and didn't get a record of that too. And it's really bad because I had to do it on Christmas.
Yep. I went up to the 7th floor.
So whatever it is, you gotta compile that. You would start talking about that. And then that would lead your mind down a rabbit hole of what else can I find? Or I have been missing appointments somewhere that is worth money because shoot, they did this to me, but I ain't never go to the doctors for that. Oh, it's like a lady that got raped. They tell her, even if it's been 2 months, boy, you better go to the hospital, get that rape kit still, because that they're gonna go back, they're gonna scrape semen out of their mean. So it's the same thing like that. Oh, don't care. Oh, you start meditating on, ooh, hold up. I'm gonna get a letter from my preacher because the pastor, I did call the pastor, and the pastor said he ain't seen me in church lately, and then I want him to write me a letter about that. Oh my goodness. So you'll start realize, get the wheels of turning, that these are the evidence of your pain and suffering, mentally, physically, the whole nine.
I got a pastor too that they text me. They sent a text message to my phone like, Brother Shem, why I ain't seen you? Yeah, I got that stuff too.
But you see what I'm saying? So this is where your homework is that I'm giving you.
Right.
And let's get back to the narrative though, because I wanted to know so they told you had to do the modification. So that's where it got left off at. Well, just know that is a part of the so-called unintended consequences of the family court, because it goes both ways. Don't think that it's one way with that, because it goes both ways. Oh my God, it's one parent may use it where they're doing that to you, where they take you through the ringer, and then now you're exhausted, but now you still have to do this additional paperwork, right? That's one way. But still, the men that are toxic, they do it the other way too, though. Yeah, they got they do it. Hold up. The men get toxic and use the same system and flip away. So if the woman is righteous and the man is toxic, the man will wear the woman out, because the woman be having a child very well adjusted, doing great things, even things that the dad even things that the dad said he wants the mom to do, she's doing all of those things too. And but she can't stop him, that he keeps getting to modify every 6 months. The court will tell her too, yo, you got one of them, ma'am. We're so sorry for you. Every 6 months, he gets to put a new modification or a new modification of custody of child support. But people on the sideline going, yo, he's evil as hell, because they know he don't really want the child. He don't really want the child, right? They know the type of guy he is, right? He don't want the child. He don't got a place for the child, or none of that stuff. But he figured out that every 6 months he can file nefariously and pay funky $25 instead. Look. Since he hustle money, he be like, that's $60. I'm gonna pay that 60. Shoot, because I'll bust her chops. And so there's guys that do not want to be with the child at all, but will torture a mother for every 6 months because they hustle, and that $60 filing fee ain't nothing for them. And they had to run that lady through the ringer. So we've seen it both ways.
That's crazy, bro. That's too much. That's somebody with too much time on their hands to be sitting there doing all that, bro. Like no. No,
we don't say. So it's not just gender based, because both sides do it crazy like that. So this is why we had to build the interfaith court as an alternative family court. A lot of times, if it goes too far, what we may have to do is summons her into this court. Because if you find out where we've done it. We've done it where we find out where the other person goes to church or wherever they do, and their minister can't run away and hide on cyberspace like they can.
Yeah, so we only have. Listen.
Listen, we don't even have to chase them down because their pastor bring them on here anyway, because the pastor be like, they not having us as the faith-based court system talk dirty on that church.
Yeah, right. That's what I want.
So the minister, we summons the minister, and the minister walk her right on down up in here, and because now the minister like, nah, you ain't dragging out, and we raised your grandmom in this church, girl. And so now you mess around, get a healthy resolution.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Can't hide from God. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. For real. In the mighty name of Jesus, bro. For real.
Now, listen.
How you say from the prophets, all the prophets, A to Z. You know what I mean? That's what we need.
Now, sometimes the other party, the other parent is a pure heathen and answers to no one, so we can't guarantee results. But a lot of times they go to church, the other side. No, listen to what I just told you. You're not listening to me. You're not paying attention. You're not paying attention. Listen, in this process, this is a different court system. This is a different jurisdiction. We are not the Gestapo, so we're not going with guns to hurt people, to compel them.
No, we ain't, bro. No.
So our summons process works because it's a faith-based court. And there are all faiths registered with us. So when we reach out with our summons to the other party, we also summons their pastor or minister, the imam or whatever. We don't have to worry about even the most so-called thug Muslim in Philly, because if their imam pull them in, they're coming and they're gonna be on their best behavior. Ain't that some stuff, inshallah?
Yep, inshallah.
So you could, this guy could avoid the so-called European man court all day, but as soon as the imam tell him to come to us, he coming. So we're saying we don't guarantee results. However, this is our process. If the parent, the mother of the child, if she's faith-based, you will maybe let the advocate know, and when we have to summons her, maybe that may be part of your strategy, and they may have to come and do arbitration right here to resolve it. It's happened. We've done that. And it's amazing. And we've done it in regular courthouse when we operate in the big courthouse in Philly, in the courtroom. Same thing. The imams, the preacher, the other chaplains too. They be chaplains already. And they bring them in. They say, come on in. They got big churches, all that. They bring them in. The other person got to come too, because they like, Dad, they can't even, the minister told them they can't even get out of it. They ain't trying to mess up every reputation. The grandma go to this church.
Yeah.
So that might be something that we come to. We'll talk about it offline, but just know we have our ways.
Yeah. All right.
So this may not be resolved, or we don't necessarily know if you have a federal claim for it quite yet, but I'm in the process of asking you these things, and it's really seeming to be the other parent first and foremost before it's the other agency. So we have strategies for that. So at that case, I'm going to rule that we do take this case, and because we don't always take cases, Lord have mercy, people at the end of the day, I'd be like calling this person really need a job. This sister over here, she don't need no case with us. She need housing. This brother, so we have all the resources on tap. And so
direct.
So we often just help the person and do not take a claim or help them at all with a case. But in this case, I heard enough that you deserve us to intercede and to serve as your family advocate to help you resolve this issue. It is a very good controversy, and is definitely something that you deserve justice on. So that was like the main part of this video affidavit that I always kind of have to get through. If you watch other video affidavits, you'll see these people, no matter what, I feel like I can't take the case. So the person's crying over things, I'll be telling them, it's still not a case, even though my heart goes out to you. But in this case, this is an actual legit case, and I have things that I'm going to ask you about the other family and about other things, so maybe we can get to the bottom of this, and then we'll look forward to you being part of the federal legal right in course still, because if it is a federal claim, or if you have other issues less than 2 years ago about other crazy stuff, this federal lawsuit right course, we need to all be on this, John, all the time, because once y'all get good at this, a good portion of you all, and trust me, a good portion of you all is going to be on the injunction team, and when we start cooking with injunctions, all our lives going to be much better. I talked to the Moors down south and stuff. When they got their teams together, when they put them injunctions out, Lord Jesus, ain't nothing, can't do nothing after that.
Right.
So we're just starting with the legal writing with the lawsuit, but we're really going on to our injunction function team. We're really loading up everybody to get their thing together, so that a portion of us are doing injunctions on these crazy agencies, boop, and get stopping them dead, and people never talk to you again after you get injunction. Ain't the mashallah, ain't that something? So that's the ultimate goal. I'll sneak peek and tell y'all that now, and I wasn't gonna say it, but that's really where we're going with our writing. So we're just using the federal lawsuit as a practice because everybody needs it. We all need to know how to do a federal lawsuit. So that's just to wet our beak, and then eventually we go right into how to do these injunctions and stuff.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, that's
I
the
got
juice.
a notebook. I got a notebook that I've been trying to get figured out. I've been looking at
Much
this
love
like,
to you. And is anybody brother Dr. Poetica Bay, we'll be checking her out tomorrow, our chief advocate and founder of the Child Rescue Services. We look forward to seeing her on Christmas Day, and all the way through the Moorish Christmas, January 8th, which they call Epiphany in the Christian calendar. The 12 days of Christmas, we turning up, dealing with Kwanzaa, Borgani, and all the holy days that I honor the angels of the Most High, the heavenly hosts. You know what I mean? So this is what it's all about. I like to give honors to all of you where honors is due, and until next time, tune in, hit us up on grandbodyrecords.org to our missionary music, our merch. Shouts out to Vet D, shouts out to Greg Thomas, our main producer, Dave Pitts, David P, the Obscure out in New Ken, Pittsburgh, Iceberg Studios, everybody on our team. One love to the Boondock Saints and 24 Elders and my children, the Bay Band Family Trust. One love to y'all. Shalom, shalom.